And menu labeling, New York City took that on, and the industry has fought the city. They've sued, and it's in court right now. So it's unclear if the law is going to go into effect. I think at the end of this month, as it's supposed to. But no other city has done.
How do you think Washington is doing? How do you think Mayor
hasn't
Fenty
done anything?
But it's but he's talked about it. I mean, he did get the smoking. I mean, he's got his hands full, I suppose, just trying to get the school straightened out. But
yeah, there are a lot of problems here. Montgomery County
was what I was going to mention.
Has passed a trans fat phase out, and there's legislation for menu labeling that doesn't look like it's going to pass now because they have their hands full with the transgender issue. But they took Montgomery County. They took on smoking pretty early, and with trans fat, Philadelphia, Nassau County, Westchester County, Baltimore is going to pass a law on trans fat. Seattle, so it's gradually spreading.
In a little bit of time we had left, what did you make of this story? I guess it was in the last 10 days about the water supply being sort of dosed. Oh. What's that about? Have you looked into it?
Well, for those of you who haven't followed it, I think it was the U.S. Geological Survey discovered, analyzed water supplies and found pharmaceuticals and caffeine in practically every water supply.
Yeah.
Multiple drug residues.
Yeah, they put out a map, and it was pretty much not everywhere, but certainly spanned the map.
Wherever they tested.
Right.
Probably isn't harmful. The levels are so low. But it reflects.
Could you distill it and then get?
No, it's too small for that. But I think it shows the lack of a cradle-to-grave system for pharmaceuticals. What do you do with a drug when you're done with it? You throw it out. Typically, people should be required to bring them back to drugstores, which would send them to some central repository and burn them.
What I read that was also alarming, though, is that that in a lot of instances, water supplies are filtered waste, sewer water, and that it's just the cycle of human life, that it's our own drugs being coming back at us, so to speak, which was like, well, how did this happen in the 21st century? But
that's right, and it shows a real short-sightedness, like in so many environmental issues. Just throw it out and it will take care of itself. But it comes back to haunt us sometimes, and hopefully,
when your mythical food agency, they could, the actual food police, rather than just Michael Jacobson being the... Now, you've written a number of books. I want to talk about one that I have here, but I also wanted to ask you about one, the completely revised and updated fast food guide, what's good, what's bad, and how to tell the difference in fast food. So you concede there is some good fast food.
Oh, yeah, and I think it's getting easier to find healthy foods at restaurants.
Is there a chain or a food or something that stands out as representing what you think of as the goal?
I don't think any of the big famous names do it.
Okay. Well, it can be an unfamous name.
There's a big restaurant company that started a small chain called Seasons 52 that has, I think they change their menu every season. And they have portions that are no more than so many calories.
Right.
And generally in the healthy direction, salads and poultry and seafood. But, it's interesting to see that you can get a salad at McDonald's with low-fat dressing is fine. You can get a veggie burger.
Do you feel responsible for that?
I think, a little bit, but there's so many factors that have pushed America along towards the healthier
Have the people from the fast food chains ever reached out to you and invited you in for a chat?
Especially since we hired a litigator. There's one big company I can't keep out of my office. They definitely do not want to be sued.
How times change.
But it's interesting. After we sue a company or threaten to sue a company, the communications lines really open up, and we have good, candid discussions.
Can you give us an example?
Well, with Kellogg, we threatened to sue Kellogg for marketing junk foods to kids, and we had a long negotiation, and we reached a settlement where they set limits on how bad the foods can be.
Yeah.
And they're not advertising apples to kids, but no more than so much sugar and salt and fat and calories. So that was the first time that there was an upper level on the badness. And we're hoping that that leads to some competition. And so now we don't have to threaten to sue. We can talk to Kellogg, and we talk to Burger King and KFC and Kraft, all the big companies talk, and sometimes we can reach an agreement.
You've done a book here called Cooking with the Stars.
Out of print, sadly
and,
enough.
well, but you brought it for me, but it prompts the question, who among the stars eats well?
Who knows?
Well, what,
I
no,
don't
you
know
did
any
this book. You
stars.
did this book, Michael. Come on, you did
Those
this book.
They sent us one recipe.
Yeah, was there anybody that you read that you went, oh, well, they really do know what they're doing? Or you didn't care because...
We had to revise a lot of the recipes.
There you go.
But no, I don't, it's hard to know what these stars eat or what they have their cooks prepare for them. And I think a lot of stars do eat extremely healthy meals. Even Ronald Reagan, he ate organic foods.
Californian,
yeah,
right? You
yeah.
think that's maybe, well, also, they can hire chefs. If
that's
you
right.
can hire a chef, you can say, stop me, from myself.
I think the whole public is moving towards the healthier direction. We have a long way to go, but a lot of people are there. They're eating a healthy diet, they're exercising, and hopefully they're feeling better.
See, you're not so negative after all.
I said I wasn't.
I know that. It was just your critics, but we're out of time, but thank you. It's always really, really interesting to talk to you.
So nice to be here, Carol.
Thank you
Thanks
very
for
much,
having
Mike.
me.
Thank you, everyone.